stress-free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home. Do your two-step, get your groove on. This is feel good music, you can move on. Relax, stress-free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home.
Yeah, did the two-step, get your groove on. Does it feel good? Music, get your move on. What's up, everybody? It's your man. The Homesick Buckeye is in the building. It's Tuesday night. You know what we do. You know who we are. And you know my sister Laura is with me. Give it up for Laura. Give Laura some love, everybody. Say hi to my sister Laura. She is my favorite person to grill, chill, or kill with. And we have somebody else here that I recently found out was a cowboy. Look who it is, everybody.
Howdy, folks.
It's Bruce. I had no idea. I thought he was a sailor, and I found out last week he's a cowboy. He's got a hat and everything.
I do.
Yeah, he got
ropes and cattle.
Yeah, he got that hat out of the dumpster at Walmart, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you.
Well, that's where you get the best ones.
Yeah. Hey, those are fighting words. See, I wouldn't say that in Texas. I wouldn't say that if I was there with you. Hey, yeah, so I say that from 1,000 miles away on the internets. So anyway, but man, we are glad to be here. Laura, what's happening? How are you, my dear beloved sister?
I am good. It's been pretty good week so far. Of course, it's only Tuesday, but yeah, it's been a good work week. It's been out shooting, had the grandkids over. They went shooting, sighting in their guns for shotgun season. So everybody's ready to go. So it's a good.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Love any time you get to shoot something. I love that you're a good shot because when the revolution comes, I will be in a bunker in Illinois somewhere with Laura and Paul, handing ammunition to Laura. I'm just telling you, that's how that's going to go. And looking for canned eggs or something like that. But anyway, let's see who's in the room here. We got folks filing in, coming in one by one. We got Brenda Foley. She is here, present, and accounted for. Quack, quack, heart attack. You know who he is. He's our friend, our brother, everybody's favorite nuisance. Charge him over. It's my man Simpson is here. It says, hey, Laura, quack, quack, Rick. Yes, Bruce is here. We know that he's here live and in person. And the fly fisherman. What's going on, Brian? Good to see you, brother. Glad you are here with us tonight. Jersey Tom says, hello, can't stay long. Wanted to say hello before I turn in. I understand that. Appreciate you, brother, checking in with us as always. Target Prime Rib. My wife walked in while I was watching Amy's live stream Sunday. She was mentioning your heart attack chicken. Give her attention. Yeah.
She double take.
Yeah, so that's right. That's right. It doesn't work. It is not as advertised. Just so you know. Mr. George Good Enough is here. Greetings from the future. G'day. Oh, that's what they say down under. It's cheerio.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hip.
I thought George was England.
That's what I'm saying. I said g'day, and that's what they say down under. I got my continents messed up there, and they say pip and spot of tea and things like that.
That's it.
Hey, Jiffy is here.
Oh no.
Here, finally got off the polls. I love that. I'm so happy for you. You're getting too old for that, man. That's a young person's game, man. You're gonna fool around and break a hip and be all messed up. So yes, I'm so glad Jiffy is them streets. Stay out them streets, Jiffy. Let's see here. Marla's here. Hello there. Lizzie's here. She's on house arrest, ladies and gentlemen. But she is here. We are glad that you are with us, Lizzie, my beloved Lizzie. She's wonderful, but she's got a bit of an anger problem, ladies and gentlemen. Just let's say, oh, look at that low carb spin. That is my beloved Karen. Now listen, you know what? I shamed Karen into this. We were on a stream and I accused her of not showing the love. So, I don't know if
Mm.
she's here,
Yes.
out of guilt and shame or if she really wants to be here. But I'm glad she's here nonetheless. Good to see you, beloved. I'm glad you're here. I am feeling the love, even though I had to beg for the love. But I ain't too proud to
Mm.
beg. That's somebody should write a song about that.
Mm.
Yeah. Bill is here. What's going on, Bill? Good to see you. I
Mm.
think Bruce ate too much fat and he had to take a run there. It's
Code
all right there, brother.
Code Brown. Code
Yeah,
Brown.
that's right. It's all right. It's all right. Girl's gotta do what a girl. I understand. I totally understand. No judgment here. No judgment here. I may or may not have, you know, donated to uh,
Mm.
the Make It Rain Foundation
Mm.
time or two in my life. I'm just saying, Sandy, what's going on, beloved? I'm glad you're here. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. Bill says, just watch Midlife Carnivore. That's my girl, isn't that Lynn? Is that,
Mm.
I think that's, yeah, yeah. Listen, we love everybody. If there's somebody out there that, is more interesting, you can learn. Listen. Now, there's nobody out there more interesting than me. Now show me that.
Mhm.
Yeah, show
Mhm.
me that. I want to see that. Now there are many more people that you can learn more from me. Yeah, if I had a white flag, I'd throw it in. Okay, there's no learning here, but we have Laura here, and we have Cranky in the chat. We have other people that are very smart. But if there's too much learning going on here, I will shut this channel down. I'm just here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen,
Mhm.
we have a threshold. We have a very low threshold for learning and education. All that knowledge and stuff, yeah, we're not having a whole lot of that going on here. I almost forgot. Yes, it's cookout night here. Yes, Lynn. Love Lynn. She is the best. I don't know. I might see her here next week. I don't know. She'll be at Hack, but she is. We will be there. That's right. That's right. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Speaking of ladies, I watched something last week. You know, I live on the edge as it is, but I was triggered and I wanted to choke somebody. I'm kidding.
And,
Um,
and here I came onto your show.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be you, Bruce. Ultimately, I think you'll be the
I'm sure you will. Yeah.
no,
Did
no,
I
no.
say I live in Houston? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was watching. I don't remember the channel, but I should. It was carnivore ladies versus vegan ladies in a roundtable discussion, and I don't know if anybody. It came up in my mentions, and I happened to watch it. And oh my goodness, I felt like I was watching my stinking Bengals. Like you want to just throw something at the screen. Like that's how I feel when I'm watching my stinking Bengals. And the carnivore ladies were cool, of course, but the vegan ladies were just. It was just too much. It was just too much. And you know what? The thing that I really um that really got me kind of just fired up, I guess, it was the misinformation because these ladies were saying things that were just so not true. And I know that somebody that they trust told them that. And that's what at my core, I always say, we're not here to fight food. That's maybe one small battle. We're really here to fight misinformation because if you give people good information, they will 90% of them will make the right choice. There's always the person that's going to look at the pack of cigarettes and say it's going to kill me. Oh yeah, give me 2 packs. Okay, that's
Mhm.
the outlier. You know what I mean? That's the 10%. But 90% of people, when you say, "Hey, this is good for you" or "This is bad for you," they're going to act accordingly. And the other thing that struck me was how how some of them, not all of them, there were like 4 vegan ladies and 3 carnivore ladies. I'd say 2 of the vegan ladies were very, very, very animal cruelty. And the one lady went so far as to say that she equates animals with humans. And she talked
Mm,
about animals being in slavery and,
right.
this modern day slavery. And,
Yeah.
I was slightly triggered by that, just slightly, as this maybe I may or may not be a descendant of people who are like actual slaves. To think about a goat being enslaved is
Yeah.
kind of it's like, no, my grandmother told me some things about slavery, and I think the cows have it pretty good. Uh, you know,
Those
Miss
seem to be the same people that are into identity politics as well,
Yeah.
is what I find when you watch them.
you know, I just they're being and they're enslaved, and they're here to roam free with us and share the land, and it's just
Sure, so they can take it over and get diseases, which is what happens.
we capture them and enslave them. It's just modern day slavery, and I could never be a part of that. So there were 2 of them that were kind of on that level. The other lady was not really on that, although she agreed with that, but she was trying to be scientific in her response, and she was talking about, we are not designed to eat meat. Our bodies are designed to eat plants and to get nutrition from plants. And we don't have canine teeth like lions and tigers, and we don't. And I'm just like, who told you that? Who told you that? Where
Several mammals don't have those that
yeah,
eat are meat eaters.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she goes on, you can get all the
Mhm.
nutrition you need from plants. You don't need to
Mhm.
eat meat. There's no reason for it. It's just, and I'm
No.
just like, and she went on with several other points. We only have amino acids that we need. We don't need protein. We don't, and I'm just like, what in the world is wrong with you? But then I had to take a step back and say, she's just parroting what she's been taught. She read it in a book, she heard it from a doctor, something like that. And she just doesn't know what she's talking about. Speaking of not knowing what they're talking about, look who it is,
Mhm.
Hey,
everybody.
George.
It's our friend Lee. How are you? Wonderful. Look at you. You look kind of dressed up tonight. What did you
No, just take a little.
oh, I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah,
you must have been making dinner for your friend. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, you were making dinner for your feet. I
I
mean,
did. My
friend.
friend. I did.
I'm kidding. I'm teasing. I'm just teasing.
That's
But
okay.
anyway, so that's what that kind of triggered me a little bit. I watched that, and it just, for me, it made me a little grumpy for a minute, but then it just reminded me how much work we have to do, and to educate people, and to let people know the truth about nutrition, the truth about, you know, the science, the data, so they can live and have better lives.
Yeah, talking about all those cave paintings where they triumphantly brought home stalks of
Yeah,
broccoli
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's,
And, we can't. I don't know. Listen, I'm not the guy. I saw somebody, I think people might know her, put a post on Facebook, and she is a ketogenic person, kind of ketovore, carnivore in that range there, talking about how she still felt a little creeped out. It feels a little cannibalistic eating mammals and these things. And
Mm.
I'm the wrong guy for that. I really, I'm not the guy to bring that to. I can't.
Mhm.
I don't know how to describe it. For me, I'm not the touchy feely sympathetic type about things like that. Dr. Barry is very good at that. I don't know this for sure. This is 100% uh this is 100% just me. But I'm just gonna guess that when Dr. Barry is talking or listening to someone who emotes that stuff, he's very good. He man, listen, that dude is cool as the other side of the pillow. Shout out to my man Ken Berry. I know he's thinking this woman's crazier than a lighthouse rat.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know that's what he's thinking in his mind, but he turns that into, well, we must all work to find better health, or something like, something like that. Just now why would you need to eat on? He come up with something smooth, something nice, but in his mind he's thinking, man, this one is just barking at the moon at night. I mean, so I'm not good at that. My answer is okay, just stop. It's like, we have pets, we love certain other animals. Listen, there is such a thing as a food chain. Lucky for you, you're at the top of
We're
it.
at the top.
So,
Yep.
because if you weren't, things would be trying to eat you instead of you trying to eat things. Okay. So, which would you rather be? Would you rather be a human or would you rather be the rabbit or the mouse, or the chicken, or the bug? These things are at the bottom of the food chain and they're running
For a
for their
reason.
lives from the day they're born. So, I can't, but and you can't win that argument either. That's the other thing. You cannot win the argument when when somebody's telling you that they think that a goat is equal to a human and that you're enslaving them and capturing them is cruel and and some type of crime against humanity. You can't win that argument. So you might as well not try. You
See,
should.
and I'm different. I've had a conversation where somebody came at me that was that way, and I said, and if I call you honey, it's usually not endearing, but
Yeah,
it's like, honey,
Right.
you call me
I
honey
live
all
in the
the time. I know.
Midwest. And I'm like, I live in the Midwest, and I can tell you that your corn, your wheat, any of these soybeans, your tofu, all your crap that's grown in these fields are killing thousands of creatures. Now, who gets to decide that the earthworm or the vole or the mole isn't as cute as the goat or the deer or
Well, well,
you
well,
can't
they do.
stand on your moral high horse and say one is more important than the other because those get annihilated. And so I usually try to come at them with facts, which usually just makes them
No.
mad. They get frustrated and then they end up leaving the conversation, which is fine. But I'm like, you got to have facts as to what there is out there. So that's
Right.
usually how I come at it. I'm not nearly as nice as Ken Berry. I'm probably more shitty nice. I guess that's what they call that.
That's
Okay,
me
you
too.
gotta come on now. Listen.
Well, how else do you say that? That's what it's called.
It's
Oh,
called
being correct.
nicety.
Being
Haka. Haka.
correct.
Oh, my sister.
Hey, I wanted to let you
Be
know
very careful,
I got
Lord.
the
My
T2
God.
and K2 thank you for that. Is after we talked like 3 weeks ago or so, I started using that. So thank you for that.
Yes,
Wonderful.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, no, I have not perfected that art. I'll just be quiet. If I'm really with somebody that's like a really raving, I just shut up because I know it's not going to go well. 'Cause I'm just going to be like, look, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, a goat is not a person. A sheep is not a
Yeah.
person. A cow is not a person.
Or a
You know,
corporation.
stop that. It's like
Yeah.
if you don't want to
Yeah.
eat it, that's fine. But stop telling me
Yeah.
that a giraffe is a person. Stop.
No.
They don't
Yeah.
have a driver's license. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I don't want to hear that. So, and I have yet to find a person that you can win over with. The emotional people you can't win with logic and reasoning. It's just not a
You just
currency that they trade in.
no.
You just don't trade in that currency.
Well
So
said.
it's going to be very difficult, for them. They're just going to, unfortunately, um, they have to get sick, or they have to have a serious problem. And it's funny because the lady that was moderating asked one of the ladies, she was like, so if you got really sick and, the only way that you could, heal yourself is with, animals. I mean, could you see yourself? She's like, absolutely not. She's like, that's just a preposterous question.
Good.
There's
Good.
got to be another way. You know, there's
Well,
got to be another
there is
way.
a call.
Um,
It's like, sucks to be you then.
Yep. Yeah, you can only help somebody so much, but usually what happens with most of them, because I've worked with some vegans on my website, is their body, they get the bone density is so bad by the time, especially if they started as a kid and grew
Yeah.
up that way.
Yeah.
But by the time they're in their 40s or 50s, their bone density is what I usually see in an 80-year-old. And then they're deficient in so many of the vitamins. I'm like, you need some methylated folate in your life. But I mean, my own doctor was vegan for 40 plus years and was spending upwards of $3,000 a month on supplements. And still, when she compared my labs to hers
Yeah.
3 years ago, I mean, hers were still trash. And she was like, your
Wow.
B's off the chart. And I'm like, yeah, because I eat beef, because um,
Yes,
Oh,
because
and
I'm
now she's eating eggs at least.
a first class B. That's why. No, I'm just.
That's right. Yes, I am. That's right.
I love it.
Yeah, you know, and it led me to think of a question, and I think I know the answer. I don't know, but when I was watching this, I was thinking to myself, name a chronic illness or a disease or a medical condition, and we have the honorable Dr. Nelson Vasquez in the building. Doc, how we doing? Brother? Good to see you. I will see you soon, my friend, my brother. And he could probably answer this in the chat or come on if he wants to, whatever. Is there any chronic illness, sickness, disease that can be healed or reversed by eating fruits and vegetables and grains alone, that you can't do the same thing by eating meat alone? So in other words, if I said, well, type 2 diabetes, I can reverse that by just eating fruits, vegetables, and grains. Well, I doubt it, but maybe if you just ate little bits of it and starved yourself, you know.
Yeah.
But you can do that with meat. You could say, well, you know, let's say cancer. There are people who are online who say, hey, I had cancer. I went on a vegan diet and a cleanse and all this stuff, and I beat cancer. Well, you can do that with meat as well. I mean, there's like anything that you name. But what about ulcerative colitis? What about
Way better with meat.
other? Is there any disease, illness, or chronic sickness or anything that you can heal or cure by just eating vegetables and grains and fruits that you can't with going with the carnivore or heavy keto diet? I don't think there's.
Now, I will tell you when I was teaching kids on we have an old sailing ship down here. When I was teaching them, it's no British sailing ship, and one of the things that we taught them was scurvy. That scurvy was supposed to be a vitamin C deficiency. But Laura, I bet you have a good answer to that.
Yeah, that was debunked. Go ahead, Laura.
Yeah. I mean, because of the type of situation they were in, I mean, what they had to eat was a lot of breads, a lot of rye, a lot of those things. And so when you take in a lot of carbohydrates, that blocks the receptor site for vitamin C. So even if they'd have been taking in all the lemons and all the things like that have the vitamin C, it wouldn't have made any difference because they were blocked, by the carbohydrate molecules. So wouldn't have made any difference. They'd have been better off to throw that stuff overboard and catch the fish.
But I thought that I need to look it up again, but I thought that the sailors and stuff on the boat weren't eating any meat.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They weren't. So they were eating carbohydrates.
Right.
And so their vitamin C, the reason they got scurvy is because it blocked any vitamin C that they would have been getting, because they would take lemons on the ships a lot of times, a lot of citrus, because they knew that there was a vitamin C, but didn't matter that they were doing that on some of those ships because the carbohydrate was blocking that receptor. So vitamin C couldn't get in.
Huh,
I'm with you. I
British ships were called lime juice ships, and that's why
Yep.
we call British limeys, because they
Limeys.
after a certain period of time after they were offshore, they were required by law to get their daily ration of lime juice,
Wow.
and they had, however they got it, they could add sugar to it, they could add rum to it,
Yep.
but they had to have their daily ration of lime juice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that seemed to help out, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that they were eating like mostly potatoes and stuff. Or they were, I
Mhm.
can't remember what
So
they
they
were
didn't bring pemmican or anything.
Hardtack.
Did
Yeah.
they bring pemmican or anything like that? Like, do you know?
I don't think they really did.
Not really.
No.
Because I know that a lot of the explorers use that, like, the
Yep.
North
And the Indians, sure. Yep.
native. Maybe that's
I
actually why they learned it from the natives. Yeah.
probably. Yeah. I make pemmican that's from an old Indian recipe.
What do you put in your pemmican?
My pemmican, I do deer, beef, and lamb, and I grind it up, and then I cook, of course, ribeye fat, and that's the fat that I put in. And then I put in the salt. I put in either Baja Gold or Redmond's real salt. Now I made some for my grandkids, and in theirs, I put some dried cranberries that were not sweetened. They were just dried cranberries and some not sesame seeds, but sunflower seeds, just for something to have in there. But for mine, it's just the plain meat, salt, and fat.
I bet it's good.
Yeah.
I've heard it's an acquired taste.
It depends, I think, what meat you do, because lamb's got a little bit of a gamey taste. Deer can
Right.
have a little bit, but I generally shoot does anyway, so they're not quite so bad. And I think the processing makes a difference too.
Yeah.
I've had some of my sticks for upwards of 9, 10 years, and and that's at room temperature, that they're wrapped up. And so far, I haven't gotten sick.
Does it take a long time to make? Is it a long process?
It's like I do have a dehydrator, but I didn't use one. I did it in the oven, so it did take longer. It takes several nights to do. But,
Ah.
if you're gonna do it over a weekend, you could start on like Friday, have everything ready, put it in there, leave the door open a little, like with a wooden spoon, like you would if you're doing, jerky, to let the moisture out. And in that 3 nights, you're done. You cut it up into bars, you wrap it into cellophane, and you're good to go.
Oh, so you
Okay.
spread it out like in a pan and then cut it.
Yeah. What did they used to call those? I don't even know what kind of cake pans, but just with the real sheet pans, like sheet cake pans, that kind of pan.
Right.
I've got those
Wow.
pans that have never been used for sheet cake ever, but they've been used for all these things. So yeah.
Nice.
Well, yes, I'd rather hang around with a bunch of Pemmicans than a bunch of Democrats any day.
Yeah.
Just a little political humor on election night, ladies and
Election day.
gentlemen.
There you go.
What I did there. That's right. That's right. Okay, let's go back to the chat. See who. We have some folks in the room there. I think we saw Doc V. My man is in the room there. Scooby the dog says, "Good evening, homesick Buckeye guests and chat friends. Hello there, Scooby. Good to see you." Jeffrey says, "Side note for Laura, my mom was an avid deer hunter and had a T-shirt with a little lady on it. She wore it to hunt. It said, 'Patience, my rear. I'm gonna go shoot something.'" I still have that shirt. It said, "Patience, my dear,
I
baby."
like it.
And then she was talking about her booty. Let's see. Bacon Runner says, hello there, Bacon Runner. Glad you're here with us. Let's see who else here. Says, "I'll just be there this week." There you go. Stevie says, "Lord have mercy. Did y'all hear about the lab monkeys that are running loose in Mississippi? In fact, it was COVID, hepatitis, and knows what else?" No, I did not hear about that.
I didn't.
Did not hear about that.
Me neither.
There's an illegal immigrant joke in there somewhere, but I can't. can't think of it right now.
Yeah, loose lab
I
monkeys.
can't think of it. I'm just, what is wrong with me, ladies and gentlemen? I have no idea.
You've been hanging out with me way too much.
Ellen, yeah, and I still don't curse on my show. Ellen is saying
One time per show.
One time a week, yes.
First show, huh?
God, I hate her. I hate her. I have one rule. I have one rule, ladies and gentlemen. Gibby says I couldn't make this up. Julia can't find every week. Julia can't find it. Yeah, every week I can't. She can't find it. I'm gonna send it
eventually
right to your house. I'm gonna fly a plane over top of your house with a big tail on it. It's got
but maybe
drop the link on her.
Because I looked in the chat on the top and I didn't see it.
I'm kidding. I put it in there, but I'm just teasing you because that's what I do.
That's okay.
Elaine has a history of trouble with the monkeys, I guess. That's all right. Lab monkeys are out.
Yeah.
If you live in Mississippi, beware. If you
Watch out for them lab monkeys.
see a monkey near you, he has probably got hepatitis or COVID. Stay away. Throw some bacon grease on him, ladies and gentlemen.
Planet of the Apes going there.
Yeah,
There we go.
Right. Scooby says, Dr. Nelson, did you ever hear of a book called Dr. Mary's Monkey? Scooby's on the monkeys tonight. If you know,
I know.
when it was scary, she was at Tulane. Yeah, Scooby's. Yeah, if anything is wrong with monkeys anywhere, Scooby's on it. She has got a spotlight dish in the backyard, getting monkey feeds from all over the world. She is on it. Rick says my teeth do just fine eating a steak. I'm with you there.
Too.
Okay, looks like Doc Nelson was on Thomas's live today. That is wonderful. Love those guys. Doc says no, he's not heard of that. Is anybody else in here? Jimmy says, if you think you can't handle eating other animals, just go hungry long enough. You can.
Right.
Yes, you will.
There you go. Russ is right. You can't win that kind of argument. Laughter is permitted. Oh yes, I make fun of them. I trigger them too. I shame on me. And listen, I don't have any problem with compassion for animals and that sort of thing. I'm certain, we had pets as a kid, but we never had any animals that we grew up to eat. But I'm sure farm kids and stuff have, they're not happy about it, but they understand it's part of the circle of life. And it's like, okay, if a coyote got him, that's better. Okay,
Much worse.
You can kill him and eat him, but I can't. I remember my sister had some chickens, and the kids were responsible for closing the coop up, and one of them did not close the coop one night, and it came out to a chicken massacre. There's nothing but blood and feathers everywhere.
Yeah.
And, it was raccoons or coyotes or something. But okay, it's like something's gonna eat it. So it's a sense thing, especially when you understand the science. But that's a part of it. That's a part of the marketing, I think.
Yes.
The grain and the sugar companies and all those folks that are selling the poisons, they need that. They need that. I believe that they back those organizations and try to make people, if you can't get to somebody, because again, at the end of the day, there's two types of people. You got your thinkers and your feelers. And that's people who are driven and motivated by how they feel, people who are driven and motivated by what they think. And, thinker, you're not going to get them with that touchy-feely, you're imprisoning them and starving them and putting them into a life of slavery. How could you? Unthinkable. You're not going to get the logical person with that kind of because I need to live. They're delicious.
That's right.
But the touchy-feely person, it's like the person driven by feelings. You're going to get them. You're going to. No, listen, I believe that woman I saw over the weekend was a true believer. I'm telling you, I think she would rather die than, you know, than eat a brisket.
That's
I
okay.
really do. I mean, if you watched her and listened to her and watched her body, I mean, she was not faking. She was really disturbed at the thought of it, to the point where at one point in the conversation they talked about, can you be friends with people that eat animals? Can you be friend? I mean, can you like be a close friend with somebody? Can you have dinner with somebody who's eating, let's say you went to a high-end seafood restaurant where you can pick your lobster out and they take them out of the tank and they cook them for you. I mean, and this lady she was mortified by this thing. I mean, she was having an out of body experience. I mean, you could see that she was mortified by that, and she's like, I could never. I don't see how I could ever. And I just have to be careful if I can be friends with somebody who's capable of such brutality and such. And
until you're starving.
the other three ladies were not. The other three were like, no, I wouldn't want to have dinner with them, but we could do something else after dinner. We could go out to a movie or be friends or whatever. But do I want to sit and watch somebody eat an animal? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then one of the other ladies was like, no, I have friends that eat how they want to eat.
Yeah.
That's good. It's like you eat whatever you want, but just don't force your views on me, and I won't force mine on you.
And
Exactly.
that's something that I came away from that show. I know this for a fact now after watching the carnivore ladies. Everybody was respectful and kind. There was nobody that was rude or nasty,
Right?
or mean or inappropriate, like Laura, on the shows.
Guilty as charged.
There was no. Everybody was very nice and respectful. So there wasn't any of that. But obviously they had very differing views. But one thing that I definitely took away from was the carnivore ladies would never try to make rules or try to stop the vegan ladies from force them to eat meat or whatever. Never. But I'm telling you,
more meat for me. Let them eat it.
That's what I say, right? More for me.
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
it's true.
The other ladies, I guarantee you, if they could stop it, they would do it. Like, I mean, they would, if they could make a rule to ban you from eating, animal products, they would do it in a heartbeat and don't care. They don't care about you
because they're starving to death
or how sick you get or anything.
Their minds aren't working right.
They're not interested. They're going to keep you from doing it. And that's the part that I kind of took away. It's like, you know what? We're not trying to stop you from eating plants. Don't try to stop us from eating what we eat.
I have a friend that actually, she's a strict vegetarian and has been for many years, and she's going through macular degeneration. And so I just said it once. I said, there's a video that says that eating meat can help to heal that. And I sent it to her. She had no interest in it, so I left it alone. It's like, okay, you want to have somebody poke needles in your eyes and do that, and you're an artist and you're losing your eyesight, that's on you. I mean, I'm not gonna. You have to meet people where they are. We're still friends and we talk and stuff and we have fun. And she's got a horse and I go check it out and hang out with her sometimes. But I leave it alone, And she'll ask me about meat, and I said, because I said probably if I could eat all that other stuff, to be honest, I would, but I can't because it makes me really sick. And I don't like feeling pain, and I don't like being sick. I like feeling really good, so I eat the way I eat, and that's the way I eat it. My friend that I cook for now, oh my God, he was like a human trash can, and I left him alone. I never said it. I just he watched what I ate and watched me get better because he met me before I started carnivore, and I was really weak and sick. It was after my late husband died, and the emphysema symptoms got real bad. I had no energy. I had all kinds of pain in my hands. I couldn't paint. And slowly he watched me getting better. I used to have him help me lift like a 24 rack of water. I couldn't do it. I get so out of breath. Now I do it for him because he's got cancer and I go shopping for him. I mean, it's completely turned around. But because I shut my mouth, when it came time and he asked me, can you help me? And I said, well, if you do what I say, maybe I can. He's gone full carnivore. With the occasion, because he's Chicano, the occasional chili pepper. You got to have that. The juice from that. But
that's racist. That's racist. But
I mean, you're right.
I'm kidding.
He'll tell you. He'll be the first to tell you I was born with chili in my veins.
That doesn't matter. Hold on a second. Hold on. Reverend Al is on the line there. I took care of it, Rev. Yeah, we've got it. That's okay.
I'm speaking terms with him. Huh?
Yeah, we have to. Yes, we have to check in anytime. Yeah, we have to check in anytime. We have
Good Reverend.
Oh man, they're coming for me now.
I'm kidding. Nobody's coming for you. But yeah,
But that's my point anyway. It's like you leave it alone if they're not ready. One of my, actually, he went to get a haircut today, and the barber's wonderful. She's a lady, and she was talking to, and big giant bowl of like my favorite Milky Ways, and I was like, just oh god, and I got triggered by it for some reason, but I didn't eat any. He ate one, and I said, I'm not going to say anything. You've been doing friggin' awesome for a man who ate complete trash for 2 straight months, not doing one thing wrong. And he ate one, and I left it alone.
Yeah.
I left it alone.
Sometimes
like, oh, why are you, why can't you eat that? And said, I've got cancer and it feeds it. She said, I can't leave the sugar alone. I love my tortillas. I love my tortillas. And I said, you know something? I'll be honest with you. If I could eat that stuff and not be sick, I would. But I can't. So I don't. That's the honest truth. Shit. If it didn't have the effects I had, you'd think I wouldn't eat one of those candies if it didn't make me feel like eating my gun was a good idea after 2 hours. Because it makes me, it's really messes up with my emotions and makes me so depressed, putting any sugar in my body. Identifying that was such an incredible relief, just to feel anxiety and feel happy most of the, just peaceful and happy most of the time, just eating meat.
Yep.
Heck no. But
George said he had a goat named Delilah when he was growing up. Mom spoke to her like she was a person. There you go. Shout out to Delilah. Someone says Georgia has talked to my cat like a person.
But it doesn't mean they are, what I mean?
Like a person too. But some animals are domesticated. So I know in some countries they eat dogs and cats and horses and things like that. We don't do that here. But again, a person that loves their cat or loves their dog has no problem understanding that some animals are for pets and some animals are for dinner.
Right.
I mean, there's a distinction, and sometimes they're both. It's like they're a pet till they're dinner.
I was going to say that my dad's cattle are pets, and but sometimes they're dinner.
That's right.
I have one bad day.
Exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to keep chickens, and I remember just going there and I'd play with them, and I got to know certain ones, you got to know their personalities and stuff. They'd end up chicken soup, and I kind of got, it was kind of sad, but it's like, well, they're going to get old, and it's just kind of the way it was. Like I didn't really question it, and it's the best soup ever. I can tell you, they took and made soup with that, when they stopped laying and they were real old and their legs were kind of bowed and everything. And the only thing I haven't been able to do, and I have no problem with people that do it, is kill one. I can gut them, I can clean them, I can do all that, butcher them and everything else. I just haven't been able to actually kill to do it. Usually a friend of mine does it for me. But if I had to, I would,
Frankie says, greetings. I had to help the landlord trim a tree. Thought I missed this. Forgot about the time change. Yes, we are on the savings time, or as I call it, less solar power time. It's not a lot of
yes
up there. So basically, I'm on grid power all night. Don't quite. I mean, I have enough power. I have to save some in case there's a real outage. But let's see here. If I tell you what I know about scurvy, I'll be thrown out for teaching y'all. Yeah, that's a little too much education. But the point of the story, the point of the question was, I don't think we got an answer. I don't think there is an answer. I think, unless I haven't got to it, maybe Dot Nelson put something in the chat. You can heal scurvy with meat. you know.
Right.
So that doesn't count. Yes, you could.
The trick is you have to stop the carbohydrates as well because they do
Right.
block the receptors.
Sure.
Isn't scurvy now known as
Yeah.
periodontal disease? Is it not the same thing? Or am I
Uh,
misunderstanding that?
I would say if they're not the same thing, they're very, very, very close relative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the point is that I want something, like I said, that cannot be. It's like there are things that if you get off the standard American diet, whether you eat meat or don't, you know, if you eat fruits and vegetables, you can lose weight. You can, you know, lower your blood pressure. I mean, there's things that you can do by going from standard American diet to vegetarian or vegan. There are things that you can improve. There are things that will go away. But I want to know if there's something out there, some type of disease, some type of chronic sickness, chronic illness, where it goes the other way. If
Mm.
you eat meat, this will make it worse. You can't cure blip if you're eating meat. You can't.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single disease or sickness or chronic illness that you can fix with vegetables and fruits only. Anything you can fix with vegetables and fruits, you can fix with meat.
But
But
there
What
are
about alpha-gal?
meat only that you can't fix with fruit and vegetables.
Say that again.
There are things you can fix with meat only that you cannot.
Right. And that's what I was just about to say. Like I said, especially the first thing that came to my mind were the digestive issues, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, irritable bowel, those things.
IBS. Yep.
And you cannot eat vegetables and fruits and grains and cure those things. If you're on medications, I guess you can tolerate it somewhat. But if you go totally to meat, you will get rid of it, probably. And we know thousands of people who have. I don't think there's any other sickness, any other disease, any other illness where you can go, you know, go vegan or vegetarian that you couldn't go meat to fix. So,
What about alpha-gal?
I don't know.
Alpha gal, you actually don't have that forever. That's something that you can. We've had a couple people in my area in Illinois that got alpha gal last year, and by reintroducing little bits of red meat, they're back to eating red meat. Anything that was on a hoof, they can eat again this year. So, and that was without any IgG or any type of infusion treatment. They just did diet only and just little bits at a time reintroduce those things.
What was the disease you said it was?
Alpha-gal.
Alpha gal.
And you're welcome for the
From a
Lone
tick.
Star tick, you know.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. I'm like, how'd they get down here?
It's coming from Texas here.
I know. Yeah.
Yes, Holmes. Doc found the video. Yeah, you can check it out there, Doc, and be prepared. Doc is cool. Doc is cool as a cucumber. He's not going to throw anything at the screen. He'll just sit there and watch it and shake his head. And just watch and shake his head and mumble to himself in Spanish. Let's see. I like pickles. Let's see. July 31st, 1970, British Navy stopped issuing rum to its sailors. It was a popular move. Yeah.
I believe it.
No, it was not.
Oh, I believe it. Oh, man.
That's right.
It still ain't popular.
I won't kick you out. Don't worry about it. Clearly, if you watch, you can do about anything, and I won't kick you out. Well, good enough for cigarettes too. That's fine. Look at that. My man, Pete is here.
Hey, Peter.
Pete, I wonder if my man Pete is going to be over in Tampa with us there, hopefully. If not, we will miss you, my brother, my friend. Public service announcement. I will make this announcement the next couple of weeks. The week of Thanksgiving, there will not be a keto cookout. That is the 25th, I believe.
That's late.
Traveling. I will be traveling for Thanksgiving, so I will not be there. I will see if I can reach the Reverend. Maybe he might do something. Perhaps I can talk him into doing something for that week.
Oh, it is Thanksgiving.
Well, safe journeys and enjoy yourself.
But that dude there, buddy, you gotta You gotta, you gotta pay him. You don't do anything for free.
Nothing for free, huh?
Has to pay.
Every time I ask him to do something, he's like, well, how much can I get paid, my ketogenic brother? Have you caught up on your ketogenic tithe? Okay, well, you catch up on your tithe, and we'll do something for you.
Oh man.
Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is now you guys always know this stuff before I do, so it has to do a little bit with Halloween and a little bit with just, I guess, the changing culture. But I order groceries online. Of course, they're always offering you things because they know what you bought before. So so I always get offered sugar-free things. It's like they're always saying. And so I saw that Hershey's has come out with a line of sugar-free candies, like their chocolate, their Reese's cups, all that stuff. Maybe you guys know about this. I didn't know.
News to me.
But they now have no sugar versions of a lot of their candy, and it's got maltitol and
sucralose,
and some different things like that. So
sugar alcohol,
interesting, especially with Halloween and stuff. And the other thing, I found a new soft drink that does not have aspartame. Again, you guys may have heard it. It's called Cheer Wine. It's like a cherry kind of soda, and they sent me a thing for that. Buy one, get one free. But the point I'm making is I just see more and more of these things. No sugar, no aspartame, no, which I think is good. And I bring it up for two reasons. For those of us who, struggle and have family and friends and stuff that don't eat like we do and that sort of thing, some of this stuff sometimes, man, you need to get in self-defense. Because it's like when your friends and family are around, if you don't have something that they like or that they want or that they'll drink, they're going to bring, the enemy into the house. Okay. Now it's like, so it's like, I can have some of these sodas that are pretty good, or they're going to be bringing Sprite and Coke and Pepsi and everything and root beer in here. Now the devil's in the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like sometimes you have to do this stuff in self-defense. I mean, maybe other people talk about it, as well as for your own, edification sometimes, if because I Jedi mind tricked my family last year with the ice cream, with the Kilt's ice cream. And I was Jedi mind trick. Because I knew how it was going to go. And this was the only chance I had to play defense and save myself.
Oh, man.
So they, I talked and they're going to come out. It's like, oh, okay. It's kind of a ritual, that Saturday night, pizza and ice cream and stuff. So I'm like, I made some Kilsa, and I put in a little extra monk fruit, because I know how the sugar hauler. I know my people, because I don't make it very sweet, but for them, yes, I made it. So they were here like Thursday, and they're like, oh, talking about Saturday night pizza. I said, I made some ice cream here at the house, and of course, my sister Kristen, she's an ice creamaholic. She's like, ice cream, you got some now? And I'm like, yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yep. I was like, it's right in there in the freezer. See, and I was setting them up the whole time and they had no idea. But I was not doing it. I was doing it for me.
Right.
It was good for them too, because there's a lot less sugar and all that. So they were like, she was like, whoa, this is good. I said, of course it is. I wouldn't have my sister eating any janky ice cream. What's wrong with you? She's like, it's delicious. I love it. I said, yeah, and if you guys want, I'll make some while you guys are at the beach Saturday and you don't have to buy any. See, and that clipped into my brother, who's kind of cheap. Oh, buy any. See, I know my people. Yeah. So I got the ice creamaholic, who I know will eat the whole thing. And I got the cheap guy who I can get him by saying that you don't have to buy it. And what happened? Yeah. They didn't bring the ice cream. They didn't bring the devil in the house. They had pizza. But I didn't really want any of that. It was fine. And I ate ice cream with them, and we all had a great time. So I did it in self-defense.
Right.
So like these candies and stuff, like when the kids come and stuff like that, you know, they if I don't have some stuff here, they're gonna bring their own. So I got the choice of them bringing in Snickers and Baby Ruth and all that stuff. And, hey, Uncle Russ, you want one? And I'm sitting over there shaking like a parking valet in Beirut. You know, I'm like, no, like my eyes twitching. I'm like, no, who would eat it?
I don't want one.
Bar. It's like Snickers bar. Never heard of it. Okay, it's like, or Uncle Russ can have a bag of sugar-free candy and say, hey, yeah, you guys want some candy? Yeah. Oh, great. Then they don't bring the devil in the house. You see what this? Not to mention, it's better for them too, because they don't have to, you know, fill themselves full of sugar. So when I bring up these things, sometimes it's, you know, it's for defensive purposes. Now, those of you who, you know, are lucky to be around people that eat like you do, and you don't have a lot of that stuff coming around, and maybe you don't have kids that eat that stuff or whatever. It's a little different ballgame. Or if you're super strict, or if you have to be. Unfortunately or fortunately for me, depending on how you look at it, I don't have any of those issues. So, you know, I can eat what I want without feeling any pain.
You mean my husband's Oreos on top of the refrigerator?
Right.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, now see, if I felt
Doesn't bother me a bit. I'm just like, I wouldn't put that in my body for any amount of money.
I understand that, but that's because if you do, you'll feel like you fell off a roof.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So if I feel like if I ate a slice of pizza and felt like I fell off a roof, I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I
That's
fell off
what
a
I
roof.
was saying
I feel
before.
like I need to have another piece. So that's
Yeah.
like the curse and the
Yeah.
blessing. I'm
blessing at the
listen,
same
That's
I
true.
gotta have a bunch of food allergies and things like that. I really am. I
Yeah.
mean, some of that stuff is torturous. It's like, you know, it's like she
Yeah.
said, you know, she eats one piece of candy and she wants to kill herself. Okay, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't want that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But by the
Yeah.
same token, it's like, you know, if you got a house full of people, they are in there, I mean, just killing ice cream. You're like, yeah, you know, it's
Here's
one of those things.
I've got some friends that are having a
I mean,
party.
sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't want it. Sometimes if I'm in a good space or whatever, I'm like, yeah, I don't want any. You know, it's all good. But other times it's like, yeah, that stuff is just it's tough sometimes. It just, you know, I can only speak for me. What about you, Bruce? I know you've got somebody in the house that doesn't eat like you.
Yeah, it is a bit of a challenge. She does bring regular ice cream home, and
Mm.
there she did bring one. She got about a month or so ago. She got a half gallon of Bluebell's blackberry cobbler ice cream.
Yeah, yeah,
That's one of my favorites.
yeah.
It was
Sounds so good too.
yeah. I ate it.
Yeah.
But,
I
you know,
mean, sometimes that's what it is. I mean, you know, but and for a guy like me, like I said, I'm still at the point where I have to laugh about it because I know what my old life was.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
I eat this way. Now it's
Right.
my son only comes a few times a year. Like, listen, Thanksgiving Day is coming, and okay, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. I might not even do the show after that. I might do not do the show after that.
I'm done.
Okay, because listen, it's you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
what about keto? I never heard of it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it's so, but that literally used to be my everyday life.
Yeah.
So I compare myself to what I used to be, not what I want to be, and you just you go in there, you try to minimize the damages. It's like,
You
hey,
get right back on. That's all.
yeah, it's like I might just be in the ditch, but I don't have to go over the side of the cliff. I don't have to burst into flames. I can
Right.
just get. I don't have to. I can just hit the guardrail. I don't have to go over the side of the cliff.
Mhm.
You don't have to roll the car.
Yeah, Jimmy says, any singing tonight? Hey, I have not seen a request in the chat. There's a request.
That looks like a request to me.
Well, yeah, but see, you got to give me a song.
No.
You can't just, gotta give me a song. You got to give me an idea, or at least give me an artist or something. Give me a.
Row, row, row your boat.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
so
Roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily,
There you go.
what a dream. See how easy that is?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated, right?
Exactly.
He's singing.
It's simple. It's very simple. I try. I'm a man of the people.
there's some friends of mine that are going to have a party like in a couple of weeks, and she built this beautiful social club in her barn. You know, it's just for like people to get together, like around my age. I'll be 66, and we just
Oh,
get
there you
together,
go.
hang out, and talk. And I don't drink or anything, but they've got tea, they've got alcohol, they've got, and everybody.
Mhm.
She asked everybody to bring food, and the theme is a pozole party. I don't know if you know what pozole is. It's basically hominy. I can't
Oh,
touch stuff.
oh,
I can't stop. Oh,
comedy.
I love
Ugh.
it. I just can't stop eating it. Butter on it. And it was bad. But
Oh.
anyway, so what I do for self-defense, like you were talking about, is I cook up a big tray of deviled eggs. And they're the first thing to go.
Yeah.
Whenever I've brought them to a party, they're gone. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. And the others, all vegetable kind of stuff, I can't do them because I get pain from the oxalates. So I mean, I have to be pretty much beef, ghee, bacon, and eggs. That's my diet, or ruminant meat, I should say. But it's really true that it is a self-defense thing. So that way there's something I can eat when I'm there, and I'm not going to be
It's a good
tempted to
idea.
eat stuff that I can't eat.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
listen, sometimes the crashes is just it's like okay, you're driving, you're getting out of control. You got the schoolyard full of kids, or you got the ditch and the guardrail. It's like which one you're going to crash. It's like I don't want to wipe out the kids. I'm just gonna take it in the ditch and live to drive another day. So I learned that early on in my on my path is like you're in a situation. I mean, the world does not stop turning when you
Right.
change your diet.
Right.
The world does not cooperate with you. All your favorite foods,
No.
all your family and friends,
It
all your
does
favorite
not.
restaurants, all that they don't all just disintegrate in the thin air. They're still there. You have to learn how to navigate around them.
Right.
Learn how to lower the damages. How to just manage the crisis. And sometimes that's just what it is.
And the longer you do it, the easier it gets. And
Yes.
be there for my
No
friends.
doubt about that. There are many things that I struggled with years ago that I don't struggle with anymore. Like sugary drinks is one. I don't struggle with that anymore. That's not even a
That's awesome.
you could bring a truckload of Coke or Pepsi in here. It's just not, I'm not really.
Yeah. This year, the day before Thanksgiving, will be my 34 years since I had any, sugar, breads, rice, pasta. So it gets super easy the longer you do it. I promise.
Yeah.
It's just like, and your family, my children grew up with me eating keto, and then my son a little bit of carnivore. And so, like, when we do holidays, it's like I'm going to bring the meats and they do all their sides. And that's how we kind of do it. And it works out just fine. I can plate up their food for them. If anything, I'm like, oh, I know what this is doing to your fatty liver disease. I don't say it, but I think it.
So you didn't rub off on them any, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I've got
some.
a 9-year-old granddaughter.
My son.
My 9-year-old granddaughter weighs as much as I do. And it's so sad. It's like she just, I see her going by the refrigerator and chugging down that artificial cream. And then 5 minutes later, she's throwing some poppers in the oven. And then another hour later, and it's this constant grazing because you're the carb addiction.
They're hungry, sure. And they get hungry because that's a fast burn. It burns up like kindling. And then their body's naturally looking for the fast energy.
Oh my God. And she's the only one, she's the one that seems to show the most symptoms. And I think she's probably because she's more sensitive than some of the others.
Yeah.
So her metabolic health is not good. But I'm just like,
it's sad. You see it a lot. My daughter actually has lost 100 pounds just in the last year. And she's cleaned up her diet and went,
that's fantastic.
I'd say very much kind of the ketovore. She quit smoking. She's done all kinds of stuff. And hasn't been able to keep the weight off even with quitting smoking, which is pretty good. She wasn't a heavy smoker, but half a pack a day, I think, or something.
Yeah. Hey, my sister-in-law lost her leg just smoking 3-4 cigarettes a day. They had to cut it above the knee. So
Yep.
I mean,
Wow.
this
I've
is
seen
after
it.
being warned, and you've
Yep.
seen it, I'm sure.
Oh,
After a
yeah.
stint and
Yeah.
after being warned and everything. So it's
Yep.
not even the amount; it's what it does to your body. And I
Yep.
mean, I
And it's
remember.
how sensitive.
Yes. And I guess, I
Yeah.
mean, I was sensitive all my life as a kid, and of course, we never knew. And
Yeah.
right away, I mean, I had plantar fasciitis, IBS, I mean, all this
Yep.
arthritis pain as a child, and never knew
Yep.
what it was. And they go, "Ah, you're just, you're just too sensitive and everything." Nah, the pain was real.
Yeah.
I couldn't put weight
Yeah.
on my foot at 8 years old and stuff, and nobody knew what it was.
Yeah.
But I was eating a supposedly healthy Mediterranean diet, which consisted mostly of pasta. And
Yep.
and even though they made everything from scratch and it was home cooked, it did not agree with my
Yeah.
body, and they just didn't know any
Yep.
better. So there you go. It's just
hmm
so my granddaughter, I think, my granddaughter is on that same bell curve as myself, because she's the one in
Yeah.
the family that I can immediately see mood changes, and as soon as she eats
Yep.
like a hot dog and loads ketchup on it, right away, yeah, and the
Yep.
whining and crying, and I'm like, oh man, but I
Yep.
just
I know.
pray for her and shut up, and just hope that she's
Yeah.
my daughter's a wonderful mother, and they
Yeah.
actually did address that she was having digestive issues, so they took her off the bread. So I was
That's
like,
good. That's a start.
That is
That's a
good,
start.
yeah.
That's good.
they went gluten free, so I'm saying, you know what? At least she's trying, so I leave it
Yeah.
alone. Again,
Yep.
it's hard though because you know in your mind what's
Mhm.
going on, but you have to let people go
Mhm.
through the process. They
Yep.
just
They have to hit their bottom.
they got to hit their own bottom, just like my friend. I mean, it took getting cancer
Yep.
for that, but
Yep.
thank God. I mean, it's never too late. I always say, where there's life, there's hope. And
That's right.
You're
If
right.
you're fogging a mirror.
When there's life, there's hope.
where
Terry
there's
Sue
life,
is here. Hello there, Terry Sue. Good to see you, beloved. Glad you're here. Doc Nelson says he only eats vegan cows.
there you go.
Yeah, me too. My
That's right.
favorite.
My man Bill has seen enough. He says, "Gonna hit the sack." Good evening to you, my brother, my friend. Glad you're able
Going
to.
to bed before I do.
Yeah.
Yes, we're winding down here. Target Prime Rib.
Appetizer for
Not going to
carnivore.
compete with advertising for carnivore. Only in New
Oh,
Jersey. So
maybe with Bill Gates.
Ah, there
Z
you go.
bugs. Yeah.
They will eat
Z-bugs.
bugs and like them.
No thanks.
Yeah, it's like if you eat Bill Gates is a
Stephen
bug.
says,
He is
when
a
mommy is short
cockroach.
and we are hungry, me and my shepherd give each other the side.
Well,
Now, that is funny.
That's
It's
fun.
hilarious. Well, I hope that's not often that you
Oh
that's
man.
comedy right there. I love it.
No, you can't.
that is true.
Can't fake stupid. Yeah, my dad told me that a few times in my life. Look at me now. I'm just kidding. Scooby says scurvy is systemic, not just gum disease. What they call scurvy problem with collagen.
Ah, okay. I'll have to
Okay.
research that some more. Thank you for that.
Doc Nelson says good night, everyone.
Good night, Dr. Nelson.
Good night, Doc.
Night, Doc.
Did your family like the Kilt's ice cream? Yes, they did. Now again, I doctored it. I put in a little extra monk fruit and allulose in there. But yes, they did like it. They ate it, and I saved at least 100 points on everybody's blood sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your own.
And mine. And so now when they come down here, they will expect Uncle Russ to make ice cream, and that's a victory for me
There you
because
go.
I don't make ice cream. Bluebell does. So
Mhm.
they don't make it like I do.
Exactly.
George says, I worked in Beirut 2005-6, great gun club in the Homs area. I had a Glock 19. I may or may not own one of those. Dr. Sir,
I neither confirm or deny.
that's right.
You're in Florida, Russ. I'm told everybody in Florida and in Texas has guns.
And in New Mexico.
We do too here. I was gonna say we do here too, even though our governor thinks that we shouldn't have them, but
Yeah.
we still do.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
I know.
That's why Thanksgiving has gotten complicated. You want to visit family, but thinking about eating all the sides is going to tear your gut up. It does not tear my gut up. It does make me a little drowsy, but
Yeah.
but I don't, like I said, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I just don't have
Mhm.
those issues. But sometimes, man, you You just, like I said, crashes are inevitable. I just want to keep it down to, I don't want to total. I don't want to flip and roll and burst into flames and go down the side of a mountain. I just want to
keep it down to a fender bender.
That's right. Just
That's right.
hit the guardrail and everybody's okay and everything's fine. And then we get the car fixed and we keep rolling.
Right.
So, yes, best wishes to everybody on that. Terry Sue says, who is Julia? Does she have another name? Yes, she does. Crazy Cat Lady, but we don't call her that on purpose.
Right.
We don't call her that to her face. No, that is our beloved Julia. She has been a very long time friend of the show since all the way back to the very beginning. But she took a little hiatus, and she's back now, and we are all better for it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's so kind.
So Sandy says, 69, you look so much younger, very pretty. Well, Sandy's a drunk and a liar, so don't pay me.
Oh.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. That's very kind.
Sandy can take it. She knows I'm just kidding. She's not a liar. But yes, Julia is very beautiful. She's ravishing. But she has a fiance, and she takes care of
Now
him.
my head's gonna be so big, I won't be able to fit through the door now. No.
I
worked with a few doctors like that.
Yes, I can understand.
You must have missed the show. Julia told her story 100 times, but she is welcome to tell it as many times as she likes. But we don't have time tonight because we're winding down. Low carb spin. Karen says we always make a huge charcuterie board for gatherings and make real desserts, but also keto version for us. Everyone eats both. Now listen, Karen. I'm telling you this. I went to your channel, and if you want to get triggered, ladies and gentlemen, you go to the Low Carb Spin channel because they have every manner of keto pizza and and cake and cookie and I listen. I clicked on and I just started shaking. I just started twitching as soon as I looked at the channel. Now it's all low carb, no sugar, all that. But you will get some good ideas, and I'm sure it's all delicious. And I'm just teasing you. But sometimes that's what you have to do, man. Sometimes you got to do it in self-defense because folks are not. Your family and friends are not going to eat the way you do, and if they come to your house and they know you don't have anything over there that they want, they're going to bring all their stuff with them. And now you got the devil in the house. So you do what you can. Some of them are still going to bring it with them, but you minimize or just try to do the best you can. And don't beat yourself up. If you have a little of this, a little of that, don't lose your mind about it. You already feel guilty. Don't make yourself feel worse. Just forget about it. Move on to the next thing.
By the way, if anyone wanted to hear my story, if you go to Dave Mack's channel, he interviewed me. I think 3 times. Emphysema. Look up emphysema, and I'm under that, and you can check me out. And also at Venetian Cat Fine Art, I have a carnivore playlist on that with all my interviews. So there you go. You'll get a pretty good idea.
There you go.
Thanks for the interest.
Jim says, Russ, will you eat mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving? That and stuffing seem to go first. Seem first to go before the turkey. I cannot believe you would put me in a position to incriminate myself on this keto carnivore channel. I have no idea. Mashed potato stuffing, never heard of it.
No.
So never heard of it. I have no idea what that is. Is that something they eat in England or somewhere else? I'm not sure what that is.
Indonesia. There you go.
Yeah, is that carnivore? Is that made from meat? I don't really. Yeah, I'm not sure what those things are, and I'm not gonna see. And for that,
allows mashed potatoes.
See, now you don't
either confirm or deny.
That's right. She tried to put me in the trick box there. See, and then ask for a song. You don't deserve this song because of what you just did to me a minute ago, but I'm going to sing it anyway because you are a loyal, dedicated follower of your channel, and I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I had to beg, plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, sweet darling. Please don't give me no mashed potatoes. Ain't too proud to baby, baby. I ain't eating no stuffing on Thanksgiving Day. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's see. We're getting to the end of the thing here. I think he says, I love you. Of course you do. What's not to love? You know, if I don't make fun of you, I don't like you.
Make fun of me, please.
That's pretty much how it goes. You know, I like you if I'm picking on you. If I'm, yeah, it's like, you know. And if I'm not picking on you, it's probably just not your turn. What am I talking about? Yes, yeah, you know, Mitch always seems to be. I listen. Mitch is a great guy. I know Mitch. I met Mitch in real life, hung out with him. Great guy. He always seems to be the source of consternation on these internets. So I don't know. God bless him. I wish him the best.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like what he's doing, find another channel, I guess.
Yep. That's many.
Yes, there's a lot of us down here. George, you're exactly right. Let's see. Well, we got a few more.
Yeah, they got away from the crazy states.
Yeah. Do you live in Florida too, Laura? Oh, nice.
No, I wish.
no.
I live in big old Illinois. Mr. J.B. Pritzker.
Oh my god. Oh, geez.
I'm
sorry.
He's my best friend.
Yeah,
I bet.
That's why I'm not allowed to go to Springfield or Chicago. My husband's like, we're not going to either one of those places. I think that's not nice, but that's okay.
Tom is checking out. Good night, Tom. Appreciate you hanging out with us. There's a Wyoming meetup, I guess. Someone earlier in the live said Florida is the wiener of America. I laughed at that one. That's funny. I've heard the armpit.
I heard it called God's waiting room.
Yeah. Dave Mack is great. Love Dave.
He is.
Had the pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. I've never been to Wyoming. I don't know that song, but
I have. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a Rascal Flatts song, but it's Memphis. I have never been to Memphis, but if you're there, I will pack my bags and go. Even though, yes, that's an old Rascal Flatts song. Says mashed potatoes are nasty. Okay, man, you eat. Are you kidding me? You eat the jam.
Iguana knuckles.
Exactly. He eats webfoot duck jam. Okay, let's man. He's the jam in between the webfoot. Man, don't tell me what nasty is. Jeffrey says it's been fun and real. In other words, it's been real fun. Thank you for the great live. You are welcome, beloved. I'm glad you're with us. Haven't seen you in a while. And so some guy made them out of egg whites, carnivore mashed potatoes. You know, I've had different things. Yeah, ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Yeah.
So you haven't tried that's Chris Cooking Nashville. Chris DeLisle.
Yes.
Look,
He did that.
Chris is a good dude. I know Chris. Met Chris. Solid dude. Love Chris.
Yeah.
He's not cooking.
You what?
You ain't cooking.
Yeah, well, that's
you don't like to do all that extra.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I ain't doing all that. Yeah. That's a good point. He knows. He knows. But yeah, you know, I did probably about a month or two ago, got some, it was on sale, and they always get me with that, some cauliflower mashed potatoes. And I do eat cauliflower rice here and there. I mix it with shrimp and seafood and Alfredo sauce to make like a little thing. And so, you know, I'm not really super militant. I don't eat a ton of vegetables, but a little bit of cauliflower rice here and there. But yeah, I don't, the imitation stuff. It's a waste of money to me. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And I know that may be terrible with some things. Other things, no. like I'm not going to go out and buy a pint of ice cream. I'll make my Kilt's ice cream.
There you go.
Certain things I'm not going to cross over, but other things, yeah, I'm not going to eat egg white mashed potatoes. I'm not going to eat cauliflower mashed potatoes. I'm not doing that. Yeah, that's just me. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to get some real mashed potatoes.
Go for the real McCoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for potatoes. It is a whole food. I will have there's that. It is. You can grow it. It does come from the ground, so you got that going for you. But yeah, that's my philosophy on that stuff. Russ, I'm singing with you and having fun. Well, that is wonderful. I love that. I love that you're having fun. That's what we do here. It's a mashed potato recipe. It's really quite good. I'm guessing it's out of cauliflower. And yes, listen, it is good, but it's not even. It's you're not going to mistake it for a potato. You can forget that. It's just buttery, garlicky cauliflower. I mean, it's like there you go. I think she's clapping. I don't know if that's that's good, or if that is the emoji for clapping or for smacking me. Can somebody?
Looks like clapping to me.
Yes, I'm like I
would hope you don't get smacked.
I love Karen. Love you, Karen. Glad you're with us here. Okay. Oh, Karen says we're in Illinois.
West Central Illinois. So very close to Iowa and Missouri.
The heart.
There you go. All right. Well, I
Close
think
enough that I can run away if I need to.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. Well, once again, look at this. Says Russ is singing Wook Laney up. I'm in trouble. Tell her I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm a man of the people. The people requested it. So, oh, she said for your singing, Russ. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you weren't smacking me. Justin, look who makes an appearance right there, like the closer in a World Series game, right in the ninth inning. It says, I had Chris cooking mashed potatoes. It's not cauliflower. Okay, well, we'll have to get together on that.
I think it's tallow, isn't it? I think if I remember right, I think it's because I think Robin's made it before, I believe, and I think it's just tallow, and you kind of whip it, and I don't know, but it looks just like it, and they swear it tastes just like it. I don't know.
It's not. That's 90% fat, right? I don't know what's
in. That's like 100% fat.
I'll look it up. But I'm on a. Hey, listen. The door is always open. But yeah, if it's something that takes a lot of like steps to make it, I'll eat it over at Chris's house.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm not. Listen, there's a million things I'd rather do than cook. I can think of 100 things. I don't even like the whole kitchen area. The only reason I go in there because the food's in there. So yeah. All right, my friends. What it says, it's egg whites and cream cheese. Okay. Gotcha. So egg whites, cream cheese. We've got so it's carnivore.
I can't eat.
Sounds like it's not low carb.
If you can do milk, yeah.
Definitely.
Totally.
But I'll have to check it out. But yeah, if it's something that, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. You're exactly right.
He said he'd check it out.
Listen, hey, I will buy the ingredients. I will even buy the mixture to mix it. I will fund the operation. Okay, I have no problem contributing. Okay, but I just will not be in the labor department, not in the kitchen area. Nope. So yeah, that's right. You need me to look at your portfolio or something? Yes, I'll do that. So
you do my taxes for me.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want them problems. All right, my friends, we have come again to another almost 90-minute edition of the Keto Cookout. That means we're having a good time.
Yes.
But it's over. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for joining me as always on a Tuesday. You guys are the best. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. Hopefully, you had a good time.
Sure
We
did.
will be back next week.
Thanks for having me again, Russ.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Bruiser, you guys, of
See you
course,
guys.
Nice to see you.
anytime. We will
Good
be
seeing
back
you guys.
next week.
Julia,
Quack, quack,
Lauren.
heart attack.
Yeah, Bruce, nice to see you.
And once again, we will not be here on the 25th. We'll make that announcement anytime. No keto cookout on
Yes.
the 25th. I will be traveling for Thanksgiving weekend. But
All right.
until next Tuesday, keep those carbs low, keep those proteins and fats high, and we will see you on the next one.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night.